Hello, welcome to another episode of Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. We'll be trying this Southern Tier Brewing Company Strawberry Shortcake Imperial Ale. Comes in at 8.6% on the Richter scale, and Southern Tier Brewing is out of Lakewood, New York. But before we get into that, let's get into episode 263, some ancient European cities that you can visit and feel like you're in Rome. Rome was a vast empire or republic back in the day, and you can find Roman ruins stretched throughout many different countries and many different regions in the area over there, from Africa to, Europe to Eastern Europe, etc. So let me talk to you about one called Pula, Croatia. I was in Pula, Croatia. I personally visited there on a trip. Absolutely loved it when I was there. And it's situated on the Adriatic Sea, also on what's called the Istrian Peninsula. And way back in the Roman Empire, the Istrian Peninsula olive oil was the most sought after olive oil in all of the Roman Empire. And mostly only nobles, etc., people of wealth, could afford it because it was such a high quality of olive oil. And Pula is often passed up for other touristy areas like Splits or Dubrovnik, which get most of the tourist attention when you go to Croatia. However, they do not have their own Colosseum, or Colosseum as we say here. It was built in 27 BCE, before Common Era. And it is an amazing Colosseum. I was there, I walked through it, I saw the Roman gladiator chambers where they waited or were, behind bars basically until they fought. I saw the olive oil making process where they had the slaves crush the olives with the big stone wheels and the wooden, the big chunks of wood that they would use to pull the stone wheels around with. All of that stuff. A lot of the urns are still there, the casks that they put the olive oil in. Very cool arena to see, absolutely. And it's considered one of Croatia's best maintained ancient monuments. Other ancient Roman things there to see is the Roman built gate, the Ark of Sergi, and I saw both of those, and it is really cool to see. Very ornate, has all of this different carving on it from the Roman period, chariots and horses and things like that. The Temple of Augustus, which I saw when I was there, it is in downtown Pula, like not far from the square, like right around the corner from the square, near the sea. And it's a really cool temple. It's very small. It's been turned into a bit of a museum that has some ancient Roman artifacts in it and a few things that you can purchase there. Also, the Colosseum hosts live events there still. And while I was there, I met one of the promoters that actually promotes shows to go there. Like Billy Joel played live there in the Pula Coliseum, which would be really cool. And he was a super cool guy. Hung out with him and a couple of his friends, and he introduced me to a bunch of people while I was there, and that was pretty awesome. Also, you can see the Pula Cathedral, formerly the Temple of Jupiter, the god. So I went into that church as well. The doors were open. I walked in. Beautiful church. Again, it's kind of small because it was a temple. Most of the temples to the gods back in the Roman period were relatively small, for a handful of people, and everybody just kind of like came in and out as they said their little prayers to the Roman god, and then they left. So absolutely loved Pula, Croatia. When I traveled there, it was amazing, and I would definitely go back to Pula, Croatia. I went there intending to spend 4 or 5 days. I ended up spending 10 days before I left there, and I took an overnight bus trip from Pula, Croatia to Rome. So I went from one Colosseum to the other Colosseum in Rome. And I actually like the Pula one a little better, believe it or not. Anyway, all right, let's get into this Southern Tier Strawberry Shortcake. Definitely strawberry on the nose. Let's see what it's about. Here we go. Cheers, pro, slancha, and skål for my Nordic friends. You know who you are. Yeah, the booziness on this just screams cough syrup to me. I don't know what it is. I did this on my longer show over on Facebook, and I thought maybe it might be a little different by now, but it's not. It is not. Let's do a hard pour on it. You guys can see what it's all about. See if it changes anything. I mean, it has a decent nose. It just... It just tastes like a cherry or strawberry Robitussin or something like that. Not a big fan of this one at all. I mean, you know, if you guys tried it, had a different experience, that's fine. It's just not for me. No offense to Southern Tier, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with 3 on this one. I'm not a big fan of that one at all. Although I'm finishing it because it cost a decent amount of money for it. But yeah. Gonna go with 3 on that one. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me on Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. I truly appreciate it. And as always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. And if you know anybody who's into craft beer or travel, please send them my way. I would greatly appreciate it. If you got any questions about travel, leave them in the comments below, or send me a message if you're going somewhere. I could probably help you save a little money and travel a little cheaper. All right, guys, thank you so much. Peace.